Good evening. You're watching the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. First, the headlines. His Majesty Sultan Qaboos greets His Excellency Emmanuel Macron, the President-elect of the Republic of France. Harmonization of educational disciplines for the labor market tops the aims of Education and Development Trends seminar in Muscat. A traffic seminar reveals that traffic accidents are decreased in the Sultanate from 2012 to 2016. And the Minister of Agriculture and Fisheries Wealth says that the ministry finished the Ibra fish market designing and negotiations are underway with investments companies to establish a dates factory. Good evening once again, and thank you for joining us live from this news center of the Sultanate of Oman television. Here we present to you the details. His Majesty Sultan Qaboos has sent a cable of greetings to His Excellency Emmanuel Macron, the President-elect of the Republic of France. The Education Council organized a one-day seminar on education development trends and current and future employment opportunities in the labor market under the patronage of Her Excellency Dr. Rawia bin Saud Al Busaidia, Minister of Higher Education and Vice Chairperson of the Education Council. More details in the following report by Saleh bin Khalfan Al-Rahbi.
Education is the heart of development. Thus, when education and training are in harmony with the needs of the labor market, success is guaranteed. The seminar on education, development trends, and current and future employment opportunities in the labor market is the first of its kind initiative to shed light on the alignment of the higher education outcomes with the employment requirements.
This seminar came on a decision from the Education Council based on a number of themes. These findings will help a lot in really revisiting our programs and also to introduce more new programs that will serve our needs in different sectors or economic sectors in the future.
The seminar addressed three basic themes, starting with a nationwide project implemented by Sultan Qaboos University to qualitatively and quantitatively study the current and future needs of the Omani labor market and to establish a specialized and ongoing database to link education with the labor market and development needs.
It's very important after this, the project that we form our own internal committees in the institutions, higher education institutions, and try to make sure that we're aligned in terms of the skills and also in terms of the numbers that are needed in the market for every specialization.
The second theme of the seminar was dedicated to global trends of the fourth industrial revolution and its implications on education and the labor market, while the last theme focused on the current economic situation in Oman and the future trends and their implications on education and employment.
The main implications is that we will need skills like creativity, like critical thinking, like problem solving more than we used to.
What we find is that in terms of education, obviously we're finding more job seekers leaving universities and joining the labor market and waiting longer periods of time. Simultaneously, we find that in terms of job creation itself, that has also slowed down for existing job market participants as well.
It is worth mentioning that several brainstorming sessions and preparatory workshops were held in September 2016 and February 2017 in preparation to this seminar, and they discussed the future trends of the development, services and economic sectors in the two 5-year plans, the 9th and the 10th in the Sultanate. By looking at the contemporary education, development trends and current and future employment opportunities, this seminar is providing clear insights into the quality of the programs and disciplines required for the labor market and the mechanisms to monitor future needs in jobs of the various sectors. Saleh bin Khalfan Al-Rahbi, Muscat.
Now, to get more information on the seminar, we have with us in our studios Dr. Suad bint Mubarak Al-Fori, Director of the Technical Office for Studies and Development, Ministry of Education. Dr. Suad, welcome to our news. And It's nice to see you here. What would you like to tell us about the preparatory workshops that we preceded this particular conference?
Yes, Mr. Abdullah. The seminar came as a result of a number of, let's say, sessions, discussion sessions, brainstorming, and 4 workshops in preparation of for the seminar. Different stakeholders were involved from different ministries and government and private institutions in the Sultanate. The workshops were like looking at different aspects, future trends, current and future trends, when it comes to the developments and the needs of the education and training institutions, higher education and training institutions outcomes, the needs of the labor markets, and how to align both. The workshops as well looked at the challenges that face the higher education and the training institutions outcomes, and how these challenges face their employment in the private sector, and how the private sector as partner could help in addressing these challenges and also create more opportunities for training for our students. The ministries of all related sectors have been involved. Some of the sectors could be named like economic, planning, human development and management sectors, education, etc.
Right.
Yeah, the recommendations were, there are a big number of recommendations in terms of the quality of the programs for the outcomes of the higher education and training institutions.
Right.
Yeah.
So what is next after this particular seminar?
Yes, the seminar have presented all the outcomes of the previous workshops and the recommendations from the other participants. After the seminar, all these outcomes, insights will be discussed in by the technical team, and
you have a specific
insight.
technical team actually.
Yes, in the Education Council. It consists of specialists and professionals from all ministries, private and government as well.
Right.
So all these outcomes will be discussed. The recommendations, propositions will be discussed, and a clear insight will be introduced. Then will be a document report, will be a detailed one, will be presented, also given to some partners like the Sultan Qaboos University and some ministries to review and give their feedback on that. And the report then presented to the Education Council for some critical decisions to be made.
I'm sure that all the concerned ministries are looking forward for this particular report.
They do.
Well, we would like to thank you very much for updating us on this very important seminar that has been held here in the Sultanate. So thank you very much for being with us.
Nice having you.
That was Dr. Suad bint Mubarak Al-Fouri, Director of the Technical Office for Studies and Development, Ministry of Education. The traffic accidents rates has decreased to 42% from 2012 till 2016. That was revealed during the forum entitled "The Role of the Traffic Law in Prevention of Traffic Accidents," organized by the State Council. The statistics illustrated during the forum showed that the number of deaths caused by accident reduced from 1,139 in 2012 to 663 in 2016. Laws and legislations in the Sultanate stipulate on preventing accidents, and a number of amendments on traffic law were ratified recently. This forum contributes in spreading awareness on the traffic in the society. In a statement to the Sultanate of Oman Radio and Television, Engineer Mohammed bin Awad al-Rawas, Director General of Traffic Department, Royal Oman Police, stressed that the executive regulations of the traffic and transport laws will be completed soon. You're watching the Sultanate of Oman Television, and still to come in our news bulletin. His Excellency, the Minister of Agriculture and Fisheries Wealth, meets with farmers of the Wilayah of Ibra in the Governorate of North Sharqiya.
شكرا ماما على كل شيء تقدمينه لنا. لمستك تحلي أيامنا وتعطيها طعما جديدا. معك نتهنى بكل لحظة في رمضان. ماما أنت سر كل شيء طيب.
Once again, welcome back to the news from the Sultanate of Oman Television. The Sultanate is a peace mediator while solving the regional and international disputes. That was affirmed by the Business Year magazine in its annual Economic Report 2016. The report mentioned that the approach His Majesty the Sultan will lead the Sultanate towards achieving the goals of Vision 2020, and that the Sultanate Development March attained its contemporary identity and international respect. The Business Year praised the wise leadership of His Majesty the Sultan and the Sultanate cooperation and openness to the international community. The report covered the Sultanate's foreign policy, economy, energy, logistic, transportations and tourism sectors, in addition to the environment and public services. The magazine emphasized the Sultanate's mediation on the nuclear talks between Iran and the world powers, which resulted in a historic framework agreement over Tehran's nuclear program. It also highlighted the Sultanate's efforts in making draft law of the constitution in Libya. In the economic and logistics sectors, the report reviewed the main economic indices and the Sultanate's exports, which exceeded $34 billion in addition to the gross domestic product, GDP, which reached more than $70 billion, and the contribution of the logistics sectors to the GDP, which is expected to reach $3 billion by 2020. Reviewing bilateral relations between the Sultanate and Malaysia, Turkey and Brazil were discussed by His Excellency Sayyid Badr bin Saud Al Busaidi, Minister responsible for Defense Affairs, in his office at Muaskar Bayt Al Falaj when he received His Excellency Shahril Effendi, Malaysian Ambassador accredited to the Sultanate, His Excellency Etilay Ersan, Turkish Ambassador accredited to the Sultanate, and His Excellency Jose Marcos, Ambassador of Brazil accredited to the Sultanate. During the meeting, cordial talks were exchanged and issues of mutual concern were discussed. The Ministry of Health detected an outbreak of measles in the Sultanate in a press conference organized by the Minister of Health. His Excellency, the Minister of Health, highlighted on the measles immunization campaign soon to be commenced. More details in the following report. Minister of Health conducted press conference on the national immunization campaign due to be launched next week. The Minister of Health has detected number of measles in the Sultanate. In 2016, 114 cases were reported, and this year up to April 44 cases were registered.
So for the last 2 years, few cases of measles has been registered in Oman, and measles is one of the infectious diseases which spreads very easily.
Your Excellency, what is the reason behind this?
The reason for these cases is the increase in traveling between Oman and different countries, firstly. Secondly, this disease has been spreading in many countries also, in both the Americans, the European countries, and the regional countries. Therefore, and after the surveillance and the studies done by the Ministry of Health and WHO, the advice was to have mass vaccination for both for the public, the age group 20 to 35, the Omanis and the expatriate.
On the ministry's strategy, the minister explained that the Sultanate is now considered to be in the elimination phase of measles and rubella. Many strategies and activities were adopted, including surveillance, outbreak investigation and preventive measures throughout the years. He also added that during the last years, Oman reported low incidence rate for measles, which has reached almost zero local case per million populations as per the World Health Organization indicators.
This campaign will start in the governorate of Dhofar and Al-Wusta from the 20th of this month for a full week. I urge all people in Oman, whether the citizens of Oman, the expatriates in Oman, to follow the press and to go to the vaccination centers that will be allocated by the Ministry of Health to be protected from measles and other diseases which this vaccine protect against. We are using the MMR, which is measles, mumps and rubella. This vaccine protect against 3 diseases. It is very safe and very effective. I need to stress also that the vaccine is free of charge for everybody.
The ministry calls all citizens and residents between 20 and 35 years born between 1982 and 1997 to get the free vaccine in the healthcare institutions and immunization centers for their protection and to interrupt the virus transmission in the community. Oman oil price July delivery witnessed an increase of 71 cents per barrel today to reach $48.68 per barrel. It's worth mentioning that the average of Omani oil price May delivery reached $51.17 per barrel, thus $3.41 lower than the April delivery price. His Excellency Dr. Fuad bin Ja'far al-Sajwani, Minister of Agriculture and Fisheries Wealth, in a statement to the Sultanate of Oman Radio and Television, stressed that construction designs of the fish market in the Wilaya of Ibra are almost completed and currently negotiations are underway with consultancy companies to set up an integrated and developed factory to produce all kinds of dates products. Strengthening the quality of the Omani agricultural products was the main goal of the visit of His Excellency Dr. Fuad bin Ja'far al-Sajwani, Minister of Agriculture and Fisheries Wealth, to the Wilaya of Ibra in the Governorate of North Sharqiya. He as well visited a number of livestock breeding farms. The visit comes within the royal directives of His Majesty the Sultan to acquaint with the needs of citizens in various governorates of the Sultanate. The visit is a great opportunity for the farmers and those working in livestock and fishing sectors to exchange viewpoints on challenges, demands and priorities of these sectors. The meeting shed light on veterinary and medical diagnostic laboratories and the importance of their availability in the Wilaya. It also tackled the spread of palm dubas insect and ways of eliminating it. The minister stated that the programs of supporting farmers in various agricultural sectors, especially packing and storage of dates, are still within the Ministry of Agriculture and Fisheries Wealth's work agenda. Challenges faced investments in education and the importance of facilitating procedures topped discussions of the work session entitled about the investments, opportunities and cooperation in higher education sector, which was held in the Governorate of Musandam. The session, which organized by Oman Chamber for Commerce and Industry branch in the Governorate in cooperation with American University in the United Arab Emirates, reviewed the importance of qualifying cadres at various specializations in line with the economic trend in the Sultanate. And now to the general weather forecast. Clear to partly cloudy skies will prevail over the coastal areas overlooking Sea of Oman, with chances of scattered rainfall. Rest of the Sultanate will have clear skies. Winds will be north to northeasterly light to moderate, occasionally active over the coastal areas. Seas will be moderate to rough with a maximum wave height of 2 meters. Welcome back. You're watching the Sultanate of Oman television. Before we end tonight's bulletin, here are the main points once again. His Majesty Sultan Qaboos greets His Excellency Emmanuel Macron, the President-elect of the Republic of France. Harmonization of educational disciplines for the labor market tops the aims of Education and Development Trend Seminar in Muscat. Traffic seminar reveals that traffic accidents are decreased in the Sultanate from 2012 to 2016. And the Minister of Agriculture and Fisheries World says that the ministry finished the Ibra fish market designing and negotiations are underway with investment companies to establish a dates factory. And with that, we come to an end of tonight's news bulletin. From the entire news team and myself, we do thank you for joining us, and good night.